At the last round of the ATV National Motocross Championship, things got wild. Joel Hetrick took over the early lead, and it appeared he would check out until he went out of the racetrack. Then the defending national champion would have to work his way back forward. First getting Jeffrey Rastrelli to retake the second place position, and then Rastrelli into the fence. The crowd was focused on that battle, but then their eyes went to this one as Hetrick retook the lead from Wienen. A remarkable comeback and a fantastic save job. Hetrick grabbed the whole shot in Moto 2 and looked to make this one less dramatic. While behind him, a battle raged with Rastrelli back on track after his big crash in Moto 1, but dealing with pressure from Nick Janusa and Brandon Hogue. In the end, Hetrick goes 1-1 in Georgia to reestablish his championship bona fides after Chad Wienen won the opener in Florida. Round 3 is next. Round 3 of the 2020 ATV National Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, the venerable Muddy Creek National in Blountville, Tennessee. I think I just saw Sam Gammon, longtime organizer of this event, on the tractor getting it ready for all the amateur classes, the youth riders out here. It's Troy Hill's machine, Madassa Racing ride, young rider moving up. Bryce and Cody Ford, same thing. Looking at a lot of new talent working their way up. Logan Stanfield fourth in last year's Pro-Am division. Rogan Geyer moving up. He's out of Indiana. There he is. This year into the pro class. Nick Janusa was one of the young talents. Now he's hitting the prime of his career, battling for podiums. That's Wesley Wolf's machine, 741. Alan Myers of the 24 Yamaha. He's become a top 5 threat. Brandon Hogue, maybe even better than that, going for podiums. Then we have the big Phoenix Racing contingent, the Mickelson brothers, Noah and Hayden. 28 of Jeffrey Rastrelli. There he is. And then in the Yamaha camp, of course, Thomas Brown, perennial contender, looking for more in 2020.
We're here at Muddy Creek, pretty pumped to get going racing again. You know, second round since all the COVID stuff has happened, and man, it's exciting. Little on the downside though, it's been raining the past few days, but it looks like we're gonna have good weather today. Track's gonna be a little soft at the beginning, but I think it'll come around nice, and hopefully we have some good battles. Last year here, I was able to kind of run with those top 2, and hopefully this year I'll be able to battle up front and, you know, put a battle in for the win. I really want to get up there and win a moto or 2, or at least battle with those top guys. They've kind of had a ledge on us all year, but super excited and ready to go racing.
I'm sure Chad Wienen is ready to go racing as well. 2-2 at the last race to Hetrick. He wants to turn those into victories.
Last night we got a couple rain showers and yesterday, and making the track for pretty tough conditions this morning, and we're kind of throwing it around if we're going to go out for the first one or not. We'll probably just go out and just kind of wait and see what the track turns out. Yeah, we're looking to have a good day here at Muddy Creek, and it's not like one of my favorite tracks in the circuit, and it's a tight track. So the starts is so important, and just today I just got to try and execute my starts and put myself in a good position to run up front. And we're going to give everything we got today and see where we fall at the end of the day.
Yeah, a very narrow track here at Muddy Creek, but it's been around a long time, and the rider's certainly familiar with it. We'll have qualifying when we return here on MAV TV. ATV Motocross on MAV TV is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. A lot of history here at Muddy Creek Raceway, not far from Bristol, the famous NASCAR Coliseum. Riders getting ready for qualifying. And we'll get a look at everybody on this Muddy Creek track. And we'll see how fast they can go. Of course, Joel Hetrick, always the one to watch, got the #1 plate and generally the fastest qualifier each and every weekend. Chad Wienen usually does his better stuff in the motos. Wienen on the 44, and of course Thomas Brown, the 84. These are the big 3, the established players. Wow, was that a quad? Brown just jumped a quad. I guess I could say on his quad. There's Janusa on the 15. He's looking good. You can see the track starting to dry out just a little bit here. As Wesley Wolf wheels it around. Brandon Hogue really watching this kid. He has stepped up the game. Same thing with Alan Myers. It's going to be fun to see them challenge Brown, Hetrick, and Wienen today. Here's Bryce Ford out of Texas. A lot of young talent coming through the ranks. He's part of it. Same thing with the Mickelsons. Noah on the number 100. Here's Jeff Rastrelli. He's usually right around Brown there in a battle for the podium. It's the other Ford brother, Cody, on his number 5, and you can see they got duct tape all over these machines as Wesley Lewis airs it out. Some of them running the bigger tires for more clearance and traction in the mud. Here's Hayden Mickelson in the 135. Threatening skies. It might not get better for the motos, but it certainly was good for Joel Hetrick, who is fastest as usual. Bryce Ford, how about that? Second on the number 4. I'm telling you, these kids are upping the game. Go back over to the Phoenix Honda truck. Here is your series leader, Joel Hetrick.
Track got a little bit of rain today, but it's looking like it's drying out pretty fast right now. We got a clear weekend ahead, and we're ready to put it all on the track again. You know, our fitness showed last weekend that we were ready for anything in that heat, and we're ready to do it again, and you know, hopefully in some extreme conditions. If not, just go out there, have fun, try to get on the podium, and maintain the points lead I have right now.
Hard to bet against the 2-time and defending champion of this, but with the rain, everyone guessing a little bit on machine setup. We'll see how it turns out. Moto 1 next. ATV Motocross on MAV TV is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMX and by CST Tires. Getting ready for the first moto here at Muddy Creek. Jeff Rastrelli, Joel Hetrick, Phoenix Racing Honda teammates checking it out. And we've got the revs up, and car's going to go sideways. Gate is down. Hetrick giving us the onboard. Looks like good start for Thomas Brown on the 84, and he's going to grab your whole shot. He's got Wienen right behind him, so the 2 Yamahas going to try to shove Hetrick aside, pushing him back to 3rd. This will be fun to watch. Here's this section, that big quad that we saw Brown getting over earlier. Right now it's a triple, and they're going to loop around to the left. And a lot of riders saying the way it turned out with the rain is that this track will be extremely one line. See, they got that dry line in the middle. At times, you go outside of that, and you're going to get bogged down, or it's going to get slick. So really hard to make passes. So it's advantage Thomas Brown here in the opening lap at Muddy Creek. Rocky Mountain ATVMX on board here with Rastrelli. He's trying to get around Wolf. Series of jumps here on the top side of the track. We'll go on board the Rocky Mountain ATVMX camera with Hetrick. And then after the jumps, here we come. And then a second pack. Oh, Noah Mickelson having problems. I was going to say it's already broken into 2 packs out here. This 3-rider freight train up front. And that's really a microcosm of the whole season. Who else can run with those 3? Where they hook back onto the start and then drop back down. Thomas Brown not just holding on, he just jumped the jump again. I think another quad on the quad of Thomas Brown, and look at the gap he has pulled on Wienen and Hetrick. This guy's been fighting for years to get to the level where he can beat these guys on outright speed. Today might be the day. Meanwhile, Rastrelli showing you, again, this is one of the more narrow tracks. Really hard to make passes. But no excuses. It's not like they can't get around Brown. No, they just can't catch him. Looking good. And where can Hetrick make a move on Wienen? And he's eating some of that Muddy Creek soil as well. How about Thomas Brown? Oh, this battle is crazy, and finally a mistake. That's what Rastrelli was hoping to get on Wesley Wolf. Wolf back in front of him as they drop downhill. So hard to get traction in that slick inside section, but still better than going around it and hitting that mud. And there's the quad and a beautiful backside. Nails it with no problem, and Wienen and Hetrick cannot get it. So Thomas Brown came to play today out of Texas. Saw him uncork it in qualifying. Back to this battle. Oh, and they collide. Rastrelli, that's how that same jump that we saw, Brown jumping, and now he has stalled or maybe even broken the machine. Hetrick getting impatient back here in 3rd, trying to get around Chad Wienen for the number 2 spot. He's down to the inside. Almost had a line on your multi-time series champ. These guys have had wars through the years. It has generally been the Wienen and Hedrick show. Occasionally Brown gets a win, but today he's earning it flat out. They're not quite able to catch him, at least at the moment. See if he does the quad again. Oh yeah! T. Brown feeling it today, and look at the gap he opens up. I don't know where Hedrick is going to make this pass. Looking for running room on Wienen. Meanwhile, Rastrelli finally getting it back underway. He had to take risks to make passes. It cost him. Hedrick's got to be careful. Oh, and he runs it in. A mistake by Wienen. Hedrick just kept going, and Wienen gets tossed over. Got a big lead on fourth, but that has changed things in a hurry. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tire. Watching Chad Wienen here, he has recovered from a flip on his number 44 Yamaha, but a long way back of this. And Hedrick, even without Wienen in front of him, is not jumping that quad. Only Brown has it. And I don't know if Hedrick's going to catch him. This will be a huge confidence boost for Thomas Brown if he can win this moto straight up. He's won a couple through crashes or mud races or things like that, but this is just flat out speed. Now Hedrick starting to close it back down. It's going to get good here in these final laps. And Bryce Ford with a problem. Oh, Hedrick is right there. He has caught Brown. Is there enough time? And is there enough room to make the pass? He almost had it. Nice job going from outside to inside. Almost up on the grab bar. And the rear number plate of Brown. Can Brown do the quad? He did do it. And look at the little bit of breathing room. Not a lot, but he could use every inch. Hedrick coming back. Good drive out of that corner for the Honda. See Wienen in a lonely third. Brandon Hogue and Wesley Wolf, that is fourth and fifth. As the battle for the lead continues. White flag is out. Pressure is on for Brown. Can he deliver? Whoa! That was one shot that Hedrick had. I don't know if there's anything else he can do. Oh, and Brown a mistake, and Hedrick's going to take the lead with a half a lap to go. Brown's got to fight back. I cannot believe that. Oh, he ran such a brilliant moto. But Hedrick was applying pressure, and that's the kind of thing that can happen. Hedrick didn't need the quad. Triple's good enough. Brown is still digging back there, but now enough of a gap and attractive stuff to pass on. Hedrick is going to get a hard-earned moto win. You start behind Wienen and Brown on this track. You've got work to do, son, and he did it. Brown trying to keep him honest right here to the end. Checkered flag's going to be in sight after this right-hander. Hedrick played it beautifully. Track was tricky. He solved the riddle. Hedrick takes the moto win. Brown's got to be frustrated as we get ready for the second moto. Hedrick and Wienen talking it over after that bump and run in Moto 1. Brandon Hogue there, he was fourth in the first moto. Card is up, gate is down. Terrible start for Rastrelli out of the gate. Much better for the number one of Joel Hedrick. This could take some of the drama out of it. Is that Hogue in the number 2 spot? I think it is. I want to see what this kid can do. If he starts with Brown and Wienen, I think he has the speed to run with them. Oh, and more drama. I mean, Rastrelli has had to work his way forward, and it is not easy out here. So contact all over this racetrack. Man, so fun to watch Hetrick ride. Look at the little bit of extra he puts on it. We saw him, now we're on board with him, but you see him in the camera to this section. Use his legs and his ankles to get the extension over the jumps at times. Flicks it through the corners in some of the areas. Just little sharp movements make that Honda do what he needs it to do. Rastrelli could use everything right now. He's got an army of riders to get by. So Hogue under fire, the young kid against the established veterans, and they are all over him right now. Let's see if Hetrick goes for the quad. Nope, sticking with the triple today. Now I'm not sure if that jump has gone away or if Brown just can't jump it because Wienen is right in front of him. This is going to be good to watch. A little mistake from Hogue on the straight, and that's going to allow Brown to get by. Let's see what the kid does. They almost tangled in that left hand. Meanwhile, Myers, Bryce Ford, Rastrelli, a great battle back here. Ford just up ahead. Now back up front, Wienen looking to make a move on Hogue. Finds an opening. And just like that, makes it happen. And you know Wienen is going to try to go after the Moto win as well. Hogue going to try to learn everything he can from Wienen, who has won this title so many times. Rastrelli and Myers having a good duel, trying to get to the top 5. It's currently Hetrick, Brown, Wienen, Hogue, Ford. That's the top 5 running order. Look at Ford on that number 4. He is all over Hogue, and they have not let Wienen go. Look at that little line. Instead of the quad, he's doing a triple and then finding a little bump to land that last roller. So really a triple-double as Brown looks over his shoulder and sees Wienen coming for him. Hey, we got Nick Janusa battling it out with Mickelson. Makes a move. Good stuff to the buddies on Yamahas. Oh, a little mistake from Myers. And that's going to allow Rastrelli to get by, but he's going to be stuck on the outside here at the top. Looks like Wienen has made the move on Brown. What could have been a spectacular day for Brown. Looking at 2-3 scores if it stays like this. Joel Hetrick looking for another 1-1. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Joel Hetrick is gone, everybody. No doubt about it. He's the fastest man in ATV motocross, has been for a while. The consistency of Chad Wienen often wins out in championship fights, but not last year. Hetrick got it, and he can look back to the season before that when he broke a chain at the last race. He's been working on 3 titles in a row, and now 4. Instead, it's 2 titles in the last 3 years, and control the points lead here in 2020. But it is early in what has been a topsy-turvy season with a global pandemic and a change in schedule. Good to see them even get these races in. This is what these guys do for a living. And Hetrick's half a lap away from another 1-1 on the Phoenix Honda. What a rider he has become. No, what has happened to Brown? He's got problems. See him hitting the shift lever on his Yamaha, trying to get it maybe into gear, I'm not sure. But he is going to cough up a certain podium on the last lap. Rastrelli goes by. Well, that's going to change it. I don't even know. Maybe Hogue for the podium, the way the map might turn out. This map is easy. Number 1 goes 1-1, making him the winner today. First moto is interesting. Second moto, a tour de force. Joel Hetrick wins again in ATV Motocross. Here's your top 3.
Hey, Brandon Hogue here. Finished 3rd overall for the weekend. Thomas had some unfortunate luck on that last lap, I think, which put me into 3rd, so I went 4-3. I'm still super pumped. You know, I didn't feel that great early today, and we just executed pretty decent starts and hung in there. I really got to figure out those guys' pace, though. They're on another level, so I can sit here and say I'm angry, but I'm pretty dang pumped. So, yeah, looking forward to the next race and go to work and see what we can do.
We had a good weekend. First moto, came out second behind Thomas, and he was was pushing really hard, and I got a little help at the top of the hill before the finish line, and you know, we just battled to our third place that first moto, and second moto got a really good start. Not as good as I needed, but I came out fourth. Just got a little separated those first couple laps, and we made some good setup changes. Machine worked great. Came up to second, and just came out second on the weekend. So we'll push to Illinois and get ready for my backyard race.
Made some, tough passes to get to the lead, but we got it done. With 1 lap to go, Thomas made a mistake, and I got him for the lead. And just super fortunate on that mistake from him to pull off the first moto win in that. I thought I was secured in second, but anything can happen, and that's what exactly happened in the first moto. Second moto came out with the whole shot and led every lap, never looked back. Hitting my marks and just putting consistent laps down, and I just had some extra motivation out there to go hard and put it all on the track that moto, which I do every race, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's been a tough year, a lot of tough racing, hot as could be out here today. And we were ready for it again, and we're looking forward to Sunset Ridge next, and extending my points lead a little bit today. And I just want to keep it going, click off some more motos, and have fun doing it.
Thanks, Joel. Congrats to all those guys. Let's give you a quick CST race recap. Thomas Brown, maybe the best lap you've ever seen him put in. He got the whole shot. He was doing a big quad. He pulled away from all this battling going on with Estrelli and the boys behind him. Then Wienen, as he says, gets some help when he went sideways in a corner from Hedrick, but I thought it was over. I didn't think Hedrick was going to be able to make it happen, and then Brown overshoots this berm on the last lap. Hedrick into the lead. He knows what to do from there. He holds on to take the first moto win. Hedrick made life easier on himself, got the whole shot in Moto 2. Brandon Hogue, a good job, but as he said, the pace of these three is unbelievable. I wanted to see what he could do against them, probably learn from it. Brown and Wienen also got by. And then Brown, with equipment problems late, loses a sure podium, maybe even second overall, depending on how it shakes out. Joel Hedrick, 1-1 today, and looking good at the point standings as well. Of course, Wienen right there as we set up another championship run between these long-running rivals. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.